All right, so yeah, go ahead.
So my name is Paul Litardo. I am a partner and the operations officer here for MOTR GRAFX. MOTR GRAFX has been in business for 22 years now. We started out as a small company, just three people, three laptops on a kitchen island, just brokering work. That's what we did, brokering work. And in order for us to grow, we knew we had to start buying equipment, so we started buying, HP, we started buying digital printers, and then our biggest thing that we do is direct mail. We do a lot of direct mail for a lot of different companies. So, but with that, we started getting, hey, can you also do the in-store signage? Can you also do outdoor signage? So we started doing a lot of that, started brokering a lot of that, but then we started seeing that, hey, you know what, we could bring some equipment in-house and start doing it ourselves, right? So throughout the years, we had different equipment, different printing equipment, different cutting equipment. And so most recent now, we bought, the Fuji large format printer, and we decided to go with the CUTWORX Apex series. And but before we bought the Apex series, we also bought the, I forget the name of the model that we have, but it's a smaller digital cut sheet digital size, and we've been running the heck out of that little machine. We call it Betsy because sometimes she's temperamental, but most of the time she just runs the work for us, right? And so we love the all the different things that we can do off of the little die cutter. And now with the new die cutter we got in here now, it's just been it's a game changer for us. We've had other digital die cutters, flatbed die cutters in the past, but now with the speed and the versatility of what we can get out of the Apex, it's been amazing.
So why'd you decide to go with a 10 by 10 bed size?
So, we want to eventually, we do a lot of 10-foot banners, right? So we want to eventually bring in a roll-to-roll machine that is just going to be strictly going to be for banner printing, right? So we figured, why not, if we're going to buy a cutter now, let's buy it at what we're going to expand to in the future.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yep. And why the Apex M series?
So, when I started, I went to a trade show this was in Vegas last year, and I looked at all the different brands. I looked at Colex, I looked at Kongsberg, I looked at Multicam, I think it was the other one. And so I've been very happy with what we got out of our little sheet fed digital die cutter, that I wanted to dive deeper into what was available with the Apex. And so when I saw the demo of the Apex and saw what it could do with the speeds, I think the speeds is really what got me on the Apex, because we want to be able to do high output, high volume work, and we don't want there to be a bottleneck. And we figured a 10-foot bed, being able to put two sheets on there and just jump over to the next sheet while we're unloading the first sheet. The Apex M, with its speed and the versatility and the power of the milling, is just why we went that direction. And for what you're getting for such a giant machine, the cost is unbeatable. You can't beat it in the market.
How's everything gone so far?
So far, it's been a learning curve. Like I said, we used to have a Kongsberg machine, and it was, the softwares are different, right? So we have to learn a different software. Some of our people who still remember the Kongsberg software were like, okay, this is kind of different, but you know what? It's just like anything else. You start learning a new piece of software, and then it just becomes repetitive, And so, so far, the install was amazing. The install of the machine was unreal to me. I was like, I can't believe how big this machine is. So the install was amazing. The training was great. So I can't say anything bad right now about what we've done so far with the machine.
Meeting all expectations so far?
Oh yeah, for sure. All the expectations, and even, one of the biggest things that I tell people is like the vacuum power on that machine. We just recently cut some 3/4 inch wood, compressed board, MDF, and the fact that I couldn't even budge this sheet off of the machine when the vacuums were going, I mean, it makes it for being more accurate on what you're cutting. So definitely, it's exceeding what I expected. I did not expect that to be able to do that kind of work.
Fitting into the general workflow pretty well.
Yes, yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, like I said, the learning curve on the software, we're getting past it. You know, where it's not a problem. You know, but I would definitely say I can't wait to see what else I can push this machine to do.
Nick's already showed him some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We made a couple updates we can pull from the network now, things like that.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
there'll be a couple even newer things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to play with some more stuff. We'll get the Braille tool.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
set
for
up and
sure.
trained.
I'm already quoting other jobs right now that I'm definitely excited about getting that Braille tool and getting that going.
So has that machine brought in any new business for you?
Well, for sure, because we used to, you know, with our other equipment, we never used to print on clear acrylic. You know, we never used to be able to cut more giant letters like we did. Like we weren't able to cut 3/4 inch wood on our previous cutter. So the fact that this one was cutting it like literally like butter. Like I have a video of it that I could share with you, but to watch it just cut through that thick of wood, and it's a laminated wood, so it had a finish to it, and there was no nicks or anything along the whole entire letter. That to me is astounding. The fact that we can do that. So now, you know, we sent out information to some of our signage partners, and I said, hey, I can cut these letters for you guys now. You know, instead of them sending it out.
That's great. Mm-hmm. That's great. Have you run into any challenges so far with it?
I'm trying to think of any challenges.
I mean, besides, like you said, headaches with software, that kind of thing.
No, I mean, I would say that would be the only thing. Anything like that. Knowing which tool is exactly to use, or which bits exactly to use. Again, it's a learning curve, right? That we're learning, but we're all getting it. We're taking notes, and we're understanding what needs to be done with it. You know, so one of the things I know with Kongsberg, if I told it I was cutting corrugated plastic, it told me right away what bit I should be using, right? So I would think that would be something that, I don't know if it's part of the machine or something that you guys should consider as maybe a software upgrade for that.
It is capable. There is a software functionality for that. We are working on the development of all of the materials for North America.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Why can't I disconnect it? Okay.
Yeah, that's I actually helped them build that.
Okay.
When I was at Kongsberg. So
yeah, so that to me would probably help out our techs sometimes, you know, because there's so much to remember, right? There's so much to understand. So if we can set parameters where we know, hey, we're gonna cut 20 mil styrene today, that we're gonna use, you know, the double-sided blade that to cut that, you know, that kind of stuff would just make workflow faster, I would say. But besides that, I'm telling you, like, the machine, even when I would say your competitors come in and try to sell me on other machines and they see that monstrosity out there, they're just like, wow, that's pretty cool, you know. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So we'll put you on the list then. I'll let Quentin know that you know, once we get to that point where the materials are all there, that we can let you know about it. So
that would definitely help out a lot. You know, my techs not only run that equipment. I train all my techs to be able to run everything we have here, so that we have redundancy. You know, people go on vacation, people get sick, and for Andre, who is our tech that runs the Apex, he's young. He just turned 20 years old, and for him to pick this up so quickly, and you know, I was expecting to, you know, be having to hold his hand more and teach him more, but when he's coming in here, he's like, oh yeah, that job is done, and I'm going out there seeing like, holy cow, you were able to pick this up that fast. You know, what helps him out is that he didn't use the Kongsberg. You know, so he was never a Kongsberg user, right? So he was able to pick up this software a lot faster.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're all running the machine very well back there.
For sure.
I think we figured out a couple more things to show them this week too, so it's a lot of help.
Yeah, the safety features on the machine to me are fantastic.
It's all been great for you?
Oh my God, you know, sometimes I try to jump in too early to see how something's cutting, and the fact that I don't even get so close, but it's there for a reason, because if it's going to come back, it's going to hit me in the face, right? So the fact that it's able to trigger and find me right away, I think that's a huge selling point for CUTWORX, that the safety features on this thing is amazing, you know, and being able to have the pause buttons on different corners of the bed. I mean, that's not, other machines, you just shut down the whole machine as opposed to a pause button. That's fantastic.
I absolutely loved that feature when I saw that for the first time too.
Yeah, and when Nick was showing us, he's like, it's a pause button. I'm like, what do you mean it's a pause button? And he's like, yeah, you can pause this, go out there, make sure it's cutting how you want it, and then you hit the pause button again and it continues. And I'm like, show me. And he showed it to me, and I was like, that's great. Because sometimes you want to make sure it's cutting properly before you finish cutting, a $45 piece of acrylic. You know what I'm saying? So
you can also change a setting, speed up or slow down in a
Oh,
job.
really? Okay.
So you can pause, change the cutting speed or RPM,
okay.
and then press the pause button again. And after a certain distance, it'll catch up to the file, and then you'll see the change happen.
Yeah.
That's something you can't do
That's
on
great.
most other machines.
Great.
So
The other thing is the vacuum zones. The amount of vacuum zones on this thing, and being able to, instead of having to turn off valves, being able to do it on the software, turning off, and being able to put the laser at the end of the sheet so you know exactly what zones to turn off. And the fact that the holes where the vacuums are half an inch as opposed to a typical 1 inch distance apart. I mean, that's why these sheets are not moving. That is amazing engineering in my opinion. Yeah.
How many zones are on that bed? I think it's 48 or so.
48. Yeah. When they were putting it together, it was like they were putting together a puzzle out there. It was just amazing. So I'm very, very happy with the machine. Extremely happy with the machine.
Any install issues with air, like power or air or anything like that?
No.
That machine does?
You guys sent out a technician a couple weeks ahead of time. They tested power, and they were actually very surprised about how stable and how clean our power was. And even when Nick came to do the install, he was like, I love your power here. So no issues there. I mean, I think the only issue was the trucking. I would say, I mean, you guys hire a company. It's out of your hands at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, we had a trucking guy who was just like not being helpful, but that's a whole different. It's not your employees. It's who you contract, and it's unfortunate who they're contracting it to. So
But you guys have a loading dock, so it wasn't an issue?
it wasn't an issue. It was more of we were expecting more assistance from him to get it off. But, we had neighbors who came over and they all helped us out and we got it done, So
pretty easy enough to unload with a forklift. And
it was just, we weren't expecting the containers to be as long as they were. When I saw the pictures that Quentin sent me, I'm like, oh yeah, we should be able to just put our forks underneath there and get it. And then when we saw the length of these things, I was like, oh, we have to pull this out first and then get our forks underneath and get it out. So it was more of just understanding what we had to do to get it done.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Good. Yeah, it's tight space back there.
It is. Yeah. Because I thought, we would just be able to swing this cabinet around and put our forks in. No, you definitely not. So whoever else buys this machine, just know that it's going to take a little shimmying getting the containers out of a truck, but it worked out just fine.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, small shop, and you guys made it happen. So.
Yeah, and we have just one small door that gets everything in, and being able during the install, I thought there was going to be a problem because all of the containers were in that bay where we wrap cars right now, and to be able to see how they were able to, we need these containers first, and it was just modular how they assembled everything. It all worked out great, and even in a tight space that we have.
So installation went smooth.
The installation went smooth. Training went great. Probably for some of my less experienced guys, they probably could have used a little more training, which I appreciate you guys coming back now again, because that just gives them more, especially for Andre. Andre's really going to be the kid that we're going to, mold to run this equipment, and so the fact that he's getting more touches with you guys, it's just great. Mm-hmm.
Would you consider a contract for the future, like a service contract with it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because with our service contracts, you do get web-based training included.
Oh, really?
So you'll get more time where we can team view in and answer questions and show you how to do
Oh,
something.
that's great. That's great. That's good to know. I did not know that. Yeah.
So we'll talk to Quentin about that.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
You'll see the video.
Yeah, you'll definitely see the video. Yeah, and Quentin and I have known each other for years. Him and I have been knowing each other for years. And when we bought our first small little digital die cutter, he's been great. I gotta say one thing about Quentin. He's persistent, but he's respectful to that part. Where he knows he'll tell me like, yep, these other guys are good at this and these guys are all good at that. So he's not bad mouthing anybody else, which is weird because a lot of the other people bad mouth other people.
Yeah, we've got good team members that do specialize in certain things, and they do a really good job at that. Yeah.
Right, and I'm really happy to see how much CUTWORX is expanding into other markets. You know, especially with like the metal bender that I saw at the last show, which I thought that's something that I'm probably going to start looking at. You know,
TPS,
that
channel
TPS.
letterman.
Yep. Yeah. The channel letters. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good compliment to the industry.
Exactly. You know, and being able to do all the acrylic that would go into those channel letters, it'd be great.
You should look at TMT LEDs also. That's one of our companies.
TMT LED, and that's one of you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's
It's
good.
a separate entity, but it's through the same. They're in the same warehouse.
Okay.
But it's an LED, full LED line.
Okay.
For backlit channel letters.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to definitely go over there because we buy, even like when we do like cut letters that we used to outsource, but now we're doing them in house. We buy LEDs that we do for halo lighting them. We stick them to the back and they get halo lit. If that's something we can buy from you guys, fantastic. That's great to know. Yeah, that's great to know.
Yeah, that's one of our lines.
And we buy a lot of laminate from you guys.
Okay.
Tons of laminate from you guys. So because a lot of the stuff that we print here, even though we are using a UV printer, the customer wants to keep it out in the field for 6 months to a year. So we buy a UV inhibitor, a laminate from you guys that we put on top of our UV printed equipment. It prints, and now they stay out there for a long time.
Have you cut anything on the machine that has that laminate on it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I was going to ask how that went. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Typically, what happens though, because those runs are long, what we end up doing is we end up sending the sheets and the laminate to a laminator that laminates the sheets, and then they cut them down for us. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just send giant rolls and all the sheets to them, and they do.
Let them spend the time.
Exactly. Because for us to feed one at a time and wait and then cut, it would just take too long.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
And
now,
a small shop.
I mean, you guys also have laminating equipment, right?
Matrix, yes.
Matrix.
We have a couple different lines of laminators, but your narrow side, we have the Matrix, single or dual side, do foils, do laminates, do soft touch, you name it.
Okay.
Sheet fed or roll fed.
Okay.
And then we've got other laminators in different sizes too.
Yeah, which is something also that we probably going to start looking into with you guys, because that laminator we have out there is probably about 20 years old, you know, and we've had to redo the rollers on them over and over again because people make mistakes and they stab it and all that kind of stuff. So definitely something that I'm going to start looking at. You guys.
It would be nice because you've already got two pieces of equipment for us. We can bring some more in and make you kind of a CUTWORX house.
100%. 100%.
We can do more of this stuff with you too.
Exactly. So yeah, let me know when you guys start getting into printers too. So start looking at that.
We do.
You really?
Yeah, we sell CET.
Oh, that's right. I knew that part.
And we also deal Vanguard.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, you know what? I did know the Vanguard part. I knew the CT part, but I wasn't completely sure on the Vanguard side. Yeah. Okay.
No, you've got a good pairing. The speed for the printer that you've got right now, the cutter. There's gonna be some jobs where the cutter can outperform the printer at this point, 100%. Because it is a fast machine. But then you've got some prints that are gonna be really fast.
Right. Exactly.
You've got a really good combination of the two machines there.
Yeah.
That's a good pairing.
Yeah, and you know, when one of the first jobs that we cut on here was die bond, and that was amazing. I mean, we've cut die bond on our Kongsberg in the past, but the speed that this thing cut it out at is just unbelievable. You know, and you know, being able to see it cut through the metal and the PVC that's in die bond, and how clean it came out, it's pretty amazing. And the vacuum to get the debris out, that to me, I thought we were gonna have a lot more mess when we cut the wood, the 3/4 inch wood. It was minimal. It was just more like fine dust as opposed to like big debris, you know. So very happy with how clean that came out to be.
That's good. Have you guys used the tool changer yet?
Not yet. So we're gonna get trained on that in August during the advanced training. Okay. So that's gonna come in August. Okay. So excited about that. Excited about being able to do the braille, trying to see how much we can keep in house, you know. So definitely, if CUTWORX can help us out, you know, grow different markets and you know, see what type of equipment that we need or materials that I'm glad you told me about the Romark.
Romark.
Yes. That I started looking it up. I mean, that's I'm going to order in some material just to start. For me, I would rather test something out, make sure I know how to do it before I start selling it. So for sure, I'm going to bring in some of that material. And I mean, if more and more stuff like that you can tell me how to do, I'll start doing that stuff in house. I mean, that is what a true partnership is to me, is not just sell me your equipment, show me how I can make more money off of my equipment.
Yeah, and the machines do a great job, not only production cutting, but samples.
Right.
Sample making, testing.
Right, yeah.
Working with new materials.
I mean, we just did a prototype for one of our customers, a corrugated display, and being able to just cut the corrugated and show them a display. They were like, oh, thanks, we did not expect that. That to them is a big selling point, being able to touch and feel a final product as opposed to here's what it could look like,
Oh, yeah. What about that structural corrugated?
Oh yeah, the Falcon board. That to me, I've never ever have cut Falcon board, but seeing how it was constructed, I was I was optimistic about how this thing was gonna cut, and then when I saw the Falcon board get cut and how cleanly it cut and how smooth it cut, and then being able to stand it up and see how beautiful it looked. Even when we delivered it to our customer, she looked at it and was like, this is amazing. I'm like, I know. I'm like, this thing looked amazing. Nice clean cuts around the edges. So definitely we're going to be selling more of that Falcon board.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're like me, but I go to grocery stores and check displays.
Oh, 100%. See how it is made. Yeah. How is it made? And it's fun too when I go into a grocery store and I'm like, oh, I made that one. That to me is great. Or when my kids will send me a picture like, I saw this in your office. I'm like, yeah, that's the one we made. So that's a big thing to me.
Do you have any big customers in the area?
In the area
that you do a lot of work for?
Oh yeah,
Chicago region.
Yeah, I mean we do a lot of work for a lot of casinos in the area. So casino work is a lot of thing that we do. So we do a lot of interior decorating for them. A lot of it's super huge prints that we do for them. For Nike, they're not local here, but we do a lot of work for Nike. What else here locally? On the signage side, I would say most of it is out of town. But when it comes to casinos, Hard Rock Cafe, that's another one that we do, and they're right here in Chicago also. But most of our signage stuff is stuff that we send out to different offices nationally. So a lot of large format posters and banners that we send out to, like BMO Bank has 700 locations nationwide, so we'll drop ship them to different locations.
Yeah, good. That's a good business.
Yeah, that's a great business. Yeah.
And you got some job coming up for some pasta.
Yes. So we have Barilla right now, who's they're redoing one of their floors at their office right here in Northbrook, Illinois, and we're going to be doing their office signage with the Braille and the names of the offices on it. So that's going to be an exciting project, being able to do Braille. When we bring in the Quill Braille tool, when I saw the video of it, I'm like, this thing's amazing, pretty amazing tool. So definitely something that we're excited about bringing in.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to add?
You know what? Honestly, you guys have really helped us out a lot. CUTWORX has been, like I said, Quentin's been great. He's always stayed on top of me, but also been respectful of my time and whatnot. So, now you guys even giving me more education on what else we can do with the equipment we have or with other equipment that you guys have. I mean, that to me is a true partnership.
We love being partners.
Yep.
We really do. We appreciate that from you too.
Yep, not a problem. Thank you very much.
Cool.
All right.
How long was that?